Hey Dream, welcome in and thanks for the follow. Welcome to the SAS fam. Good morning, y'all, and happy Saturday. Hey Myth Gamer, welcome in. Hello, and happy Saturday, y'all. Good to see you all in my general area today. I always have to fix things after a stream, after a Kingdom stream. How's everyone doing today? Happy Saturday, happy weekend. For those of you who work a 9 to 5 only on the weekdays, happy day off. For those of you who have to work today, I'm right there with you, so you're not alone. But good morning. Hello, King Norcalius. It was a week. I feel like there are some months where it's always a week, you know? April has been a challenge for many reasons. You're crafting in your craft room and came across my stream. Well, welcome. I am struggling a little bit with my voice today, so extend me a little grace if you would. But it's great to have you. What are you crafting? what are we crafting today? I'm also a crafter. Yes, it's been that kind of a month. So yeah. But thankfully, May is right around the corner. Rose quartz gem tree. Wow. Okay, you're gonna have to put those pictures of that in the Discord. We're gonna need to see pictures of that. I was, for those of you keeping up in the Discord, I was planning on doing a swap meet today and not being able to stream until this evening. Turns out that the swap meet that I thought started at 6 a.m. doesn't start until 6 p.m. So I am here and ready to read tarot for you. If nobody's into reading tarot, we can do other stuff too, but the queue is open. I did want to show you all, for those of you who have been around the Kingdom streams or know me pretty well, y'all know that, well, let me just put that in the chat for you. How about that? Also, there's my link tree. I have a brand new website. Just went live yesterday with that. There is a link on my website to a free downloadable, printable, 30-day tarot, daily tarot journal. I can't speak today. I was up early. My brain's not firing on all cylinders yet. So that is, it's downloadable there. Words are hard. So if anybody wants that 30-day printable journal, it is free. You do have to sign up to my list to get it, but then you'll get an email with the link to that. And then you can print it as many times as you want. So, yeah, that's out there for you. As are my links to my stores. So I have an Etsy store, an Etsy storefront now, where I sell dice rollers, which I don't have handy, and spell jars, meditation jars, manifestation jars, affirmation jars, blessing jars, whatever you want to call them. They have many names. This one happens to be for passion. So if you are manifesting passion in your life or hoping to enhance passion in your life, that one's there. We also have ones for the throat chakra, so communication, grief, things like that. We have purple ones for the third eye, intuition, psychic ability. We have purification, protection, self-love, all kinds. We have all kinds of spell jars out there right now. My dice rollers are also out there if you're a gamer. The dice roller potion jars are out there. Those are really fun. And then on my Geeky Chic site, I'm selling beaded items like keychains and pens. These are two that I'm sending to a friend of mine who ordered a spiritual box. She wanted fidget pens for her and her son. So I got her a pink and a green one, and they're fidgety. So those are going out today, and with that comes this cute little bag. It's reversed on screen, I know, but it says, "You are loved, you are enough, you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are irreplaceable." Those are on my Geeky Chic. They're mystery boxes. So they come with 2 handmade items or more, depending on what size you get. They come with this little care package that has all kinds of like personal care items. And then any goodies that I throw in, it depends on which mystery box you get. But the spiritual one comes with a tarot card, like an affirmation card, and then some goodies that I like to put in depending on who orders. So those are all for sale on my website. as some of you know, I lost my full-time job this month, and then immediately after, my dog ate a bunch of foxtails and had to go to the vet, and I had a quite hefty bill for that I had to deal with. So this month has not been I won't say it's not been kind to me, because I think losing my job was a blessing in disguise, but it has been a challenge to get through all these things. So and there is a free way also to support my stream. I think it was pinned at the top. Like it'll pop through in a few, but there will be a link coming through my Streamlabs in just a few minutes here to download Monopoly Go. If you download Monopoly Go and sign up, it will gift subs to the channel, and that is completely free for you to download. So that is a free way to support the channel. Another free way to support my channel is to follow or go out to my links and follow my other Instagram, YouTube, etc. So I don't want you to think that I only condone supporting the channel through monetary means. I do appreciate that, but I just appreciate and love your support so much in general. We hit 1,000 followers again the other day. So we're going to be doing, once we're solidly into the 1,000 mark, we're going to be doing a 1,000 follower stream and giveaway. But I'm going to probably do it next week. Probably during the week. So keep an eye open. Keep an eye out for that stream information. I will post about it ahead of time on socials, so you will you'll see it ahead of time. You'll know it's coming. I know Tygo's kind of upset with me because he's on the other side of the world and he hasn't been able to catch any of these streams whatsoever. Yeah, it'll probably be in the evening, I think, maybe, or early morning. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. What's going on with you? What's happening today? What are you doing this weekend? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rugs. I appreciate that. If you would like a reading, let me know. Oh, I see you just joined the queue. Perfect. Yeah, I'm just randomly struggling. I don't know if it's allergies or what it is, but yeah. So, how this works, Dream, since you're new here, how this works is we have 3 card free readings every day, all day, every day. 3 card general readings are completely free, and then paid readings are pay what you can. That's for if you have a specific question or if you want a full spread, or we have some other services there on the right hand side as well. So that's how this works. We're gonna go ahead and start readings. Y'all, I need a haircut. We will go ahead and start readings. So Dream, you're up. So Dream, is this your first time in any tarot stream, or what's your experience with tarot since you're new here?
Housekeeping! Housekeeping!
Hi, housekeeping.
I am kitchen wench.
Thank you, kitchen wench. Ooh, tea. That will help.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Gracias. They all say different things. Yeah, everybody reads differently. Ah, the kitchen wench. That is what the kitchen wench sounds like, y'all. If you've ever wondered. Alrighty. Okay, Dream. So, do you like a gentler reading? Do you like a little tough love? In your readings, do you like some sass and sarcasm? How do you like your readings to go? Housekeeping. That was my my dedicated helper. We love a good kitchen wench, don't we? Okay. That is true. That is true. Yes, so if anyone is offended on their behalf, don't be. All right. Ooh, I'm fuzzy today. I didn't even realize it. I have dog glitter on me. We're gonna read you with the Panda deck, Dream. It can be a little brutal. It really just depends. It can be brutal. But they're so cute, it softens the blow. Yeah, let's get those quartz crystals in the chat to cleanse the space, shall we? It's like a Sour Patch Kid. Yeah, exactly. Except first it's sweet, then it's sour. All right, all right. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So, I feel like we have a Seven of Wands right off the bat here. I do feel like you're fighting some battles right now, and I feel like you're sort of frontline. You're sort of, you know, the first line of defense in this battle. I don't feel like it's directed at you. I feel like there's some drama sort of going around you, happening around you, and you're just kind of caught in the crossfire is what I'm getting here. I don't think this is happening yet. I think it's happening soon, or if it's already happening now, it's about to come to a head with this Eight of Wands here. It's like a barrage. I'm seeing like a barrage of missiles like coming at you to where you're having to sort of defend. Again, not necessarily yourself, but you're surrounded by drama in this situation, and you're sort of having to deal with the things that are coming at you. This Knight of Pentacles here, I feel like this means that it's a little bit of a slow going fight. It's not going to be around forever, but it's not moving particularly quickly. It's not something that's going to be like, you know, over in a day. This is something that's gonna be sort of prolonged, if you will. I'm gonna pull another card for you because I want to clarify what Spirit wants you to do about it, or some advice. So I'm going to clarify. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Devil. Okay. I feel like, hey, Rocket, welcome in. I feel like you could potentially be becoming too involved in this. I would pull back your involvement as much as you can. I don't see this being a family matter. I see this being more of a friendship kind of deal. But the Devil tells me that your involvement in it is your choice. So if it starts to get too much for you, remember to pull back. I do feel like this is a pretty dramatic event. It may not be like super meaningful to your life, but there is a lot of drama surrounding it. What's up? Not a whole lot. Rocket Teats, just doing Rocket Teats is a great name, by the way. Just doing some tarot this morning. Dream, I hope that resonates. I hope it helps, and thank you so much for sharing your energy with me. It could be happening already. It could be happening already. It's either happening now or happening very soon. It's gonna escalate a bit though. Yeah, I mean, when I saw it, I thought it was funny, Rocket, but then when I said it out loud, it was just even funnier. There's that Monopoly, the Monopoly Go link, y'all. If you want to play a fun game and help out the stream as well, if you download that on your device, it will gift subs to the channel. And it's really fun. It's kind of addicting though, so be careful. Any other questions about your reading, Dream? So with that Devil there, if you want it to stop lingering, you might need to pull out of whatever your involvement is and, you know, kind of do a reset. It's also possible it will come to a head again. That Eight of Wands makes me think that it's going to become an issue soon. I don't know why my camera's flickering. I apologize for that. Okay, good. Just be careful for anybody who's trying to pull you in. Hey, Bolus. And not the Barbarian. If you want to join the queue for a reading, Bolus, just hit !tarot in the chat. Welcome in, Bolus. You're so welcome, Dream. Thanks for sharing your energy with me today. Rugs, what can I do for you, darling? Who's in the queue? Rugs is up now. She's on deck. And then Rocket, it's you. I don't mind reading cats. Sure. I'm gonna use this deck for that. Yeah, so position 0 is on deck, meaning they're up for reading next. And then position 1 means you're behind them. It's not rigged, I promise. Okay. I gotta update my sub badges. What kind of sub badges would you guys like to see? Do you want to see crystals, tarot cards? Okay. So unfortunately, Rugs, so the Ace of Pentacles, I do feel like somebody's going to be weighing in with a new opinion on what's going on with Kitty. The Ace of Pentacles is upright, it's not reversed, so I don't feel like this is costing you a ton of money. I think a new opinion is going to come in. You know, maybe it's like an exam with a different vet or something to that effect, but I don't see that it's costing a ton of money. The Six of Wands in reverse, I feel like this is something that you're not necessarily going to be happy about. And the reason I think you're not happy about it is because I don't feel like there's too much that can be done about it. The Ten of Swords in reverse tells me that, like, there's nothing imminently dangerous. There's nothing imminently painful, if you will. But yeah, it tells me that, like, I mean, I'm not trying to be harsh or anything. I don't see him dying from this anytime soon, is what I'm trying to get at without getting at it. But I don't think it's a quick fix either. But I do think that this new opinion from this new doctor, whoever you go see about this, to get like a second opinion or a second offering, I think is going to be able to provide you some answers. I just don't think you're going to love the results, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, this Six of Wands in reverse, like, you're not celebrating anything. Like, you're not happy about the results, but I don't see it being, like, extremely, you know, extremely bad. Yeah, be careful not to take too much of a risk though, because taking too much of a risk is not going to be a good thing. Like, if somebody's like, hey, there's this like wacky treatment that we could do that would really help him, but it's heck of money, like, I would stay away from that, because the Fool is in reverse is saying no leaps of faith, don't take a new path, don't take a new risk. We have the Page of Swords coming in here with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you're doing a lot of research to learn stuff. Excuse me. You're doing a lot of research. You're doing a lot of learning in this process. You're kind of doing a lot of the legwork here. And then for final outcome, yeah, so I feel like it is gonna be a pain in the ass. It's gonna be a long road. It's gonna be tough, to be frank. But I don't see it ending poorly for Simon in the short run. It is gonna be tough though, Rugs, but just know you're not alone. We're here with you. Our pets are our babies. I'm struggling because my dog Harley, Princess Harley, is turning 10 this year. getting so many of these stupid Banny Vader bots lately. Yeah, not worst case scenario, but I do feel like you're ending up having to do a lot of research and stuff. Yeah, Princess Harley's turning 10. Chihuahuas usually live to like 13 to 15. Min Pins usually live like 15 to 17. She's a mix of both, so it's hard to say. You're so welcome. That's one way of putting it, I guess. Bolus. Thanks for sharing your energy with me, Rugs. I'll send out some healing vibes for Simon. I feel like you messed up this week big time. Okay. I'm gonna read you with this deck then. Give him some pets from me when he's not feeling irritable. Yeah, it's been a week since my dog ate the foxtails and had the surgery. And he's been doing much better. I definitely noticed towards the beginning of the week he was a lot more lethargic. Even now he's not like back to his normal self, but he's doing much better. And I said out loud last night how different last night was than a week ago on Friday, because that's when he had his surgery. I know, poor little guy. And I don't know if y'all know what foxtails are, but they're nasty. They're like little teeny tiny skinny barbs. And they've got like hooks, like a hook on the end. So when they swallow them, they like, it was all like in his like soft palate, under his tongue, in his throat. Poor guy. They took hundreds of them out. It was bad. All right, let's see what's going on in your relationship, Rocket. Oh, we're gonna cover this for Twitch TOS here. We'll put it down here. We're gonna put that one down there for Twitch TOS. Although it's art, so technically it should be able to pass, but this is the Lovers card here. With naked people. So we have, okay, yeah. I feel like you violated some boundaries. Hello, welcome in. I feel like you violated some boundaries here, Rocket. We have the Lovers card coming in with the 6 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands in reverse. I definitely feel like whatever occurred with this 6 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles is sort of this vibe of like giving more than you get. And I feel like aspected with the 9 of Wands in reverse, I do feel like this could be like you gave something or you did something that violated a boundary. We have the Chariot in reverse, so this is an all-stop situation. It's not something that can just be glossed over. I don't feel like there's going to be a major conflict. Okay, yeah. So there's not going to be like I don't feel like this is the end of a relationship. But I do feel like this is sort of an all-stop where you have to sort of reevaluate where you've been and where you're going, and you're going to have a chat with this person about boundaries, we want to, there's three key elements of boundaries: setting boundaries, communicating boundaries, and then maintaining boundaries. So I think it's good for you, especially if you feel like you messed up. It's good for you to have that talk and say, okay, I feel like I messed up. This is what I feel like I did wrong. If I violated a boundary, I really would like to talk about how I cannot do that again, and work on setting boundaries together. When you set boundaries together, it's a lot less likely that you're going to violate one or that they're going to violate one. So I feel like that's something to be worked on. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Hanged Man in reverse. So I do feel like this isn't over. I don't feel like it's the end of the relationship, but I do feel like this could be a trigger for some arguments or some pain in the future. The Hanged Man in reverse is interesting. So I feel like there might be this sort of initial desire to kind of be like, is it worth dealing with? Like, do I just want to look for something new instead of dealing with this situation? Not the vibe for you. It's not the time to go looking somewhere else. So just make sure you have those conversations and you're putting in the work rather than just abandoning the issue. Don't run away. You need to try and slow down. Yeah. So talk to the person about boundaries, because I think that's really gonna make a difference. Drip Drop, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the SAS fam. And thanks for sharing your energy with me, Rocket. It's good to have you here. Join the Discord if you need some company. Never met it. Those are the things you say out loud to the person. Okay? Communication is 100% the best possible thing you can do in any relationship. Whether it's a love relationship, a friendship, a family relationship, communication is key. We get a lot of folks in here asking, what does so and so think about me? If you can't even ask the person how they feel about you, that's probably not the relationship for you. Like, you know what I mean? It didn't register because he's already in the queue. Yeah, no worries. Second one was for Scratum's future. Okay. Bolas, did you want a general reading for yourself? For you as a human? As a real human? As not a character? Although you're always a character, but... Absolutely. Since this is your first reading and your Bolas, I'm going to read you with the Panda deck. The Panda deck can be brutal. It can be very forthcoming. But it's very cute. Yes, that is true. There's a new moon coming up in Taurus. New moon in Taurus. It's a vibe, people. It's a vibe. All right, let's see what's coming for Bolas. Queen of Cups. Ace of Wands reversed. Imagination Station reversed. Let's start here, Bolas. Hi, Clarity Cat. It's good to see you too. Welcome back. Drinking with some royal femmes. Nope, sorry. Not not how that's gonna go. So the Queen of Cups in reverse is being very out of touch with your emotions, or being very emotionally upset in the near future, or currently possibly. So we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. We have Imagination Station in reverse. There's not a lot of new things coming in for you at the moment. There's a lot of stagnation, which is a theme lately. There's a lot of stuck energy. You're so welcome, Rocket. I hope it helped. There's a lot of stuck energy, a lot of trapped energy, just in general lately. Okay. So a lot of this is surrounding like a family situation. Could be like something like an inheritance or a money situation, but there's definitely an issue with someone being a little greedy here. Imagination Station is an extra one. It is unique to the Panda deck. It's very much like it's kind of like magician energy mixed with like the sun. It's like all of the things coming together for your good, basically. But it's in reverse here. So there's going to be a little bit of upset, Bolas. I do feel like there's a conflict with money surrounding your family. We have the Judgment card coming in along with the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Again, I feel like you're calling here. You're this is Spirit being a little cheeky, which somehow doesn't surprise me with you, Bolas. I feel like your ancestors are probably as cheeky as you are. So it doesn't surprise me that Spirit's being a little tongue-in-cheek here by saying, like, your calling is to constantly be on edge. Your calling is to be sort of caught off guard. So you might be a little bit too trusting in your dealings, Bolas. You might have to kind of pull back that trust energy and start to learn kind of like who's on your side and who isn't, because I feel like there's someone being trusted in this situation that shouldn't be trusted, and so you're gonna have to kind of pull back that energy. I'm gonna go ahead. You asked for a Mindful Messages card, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that now for you. It's not the most positive reading. However, what is happening is Spirit is warning you. Spirit will warn us a number of times. The universe will warn us a number of times before things get bad, in a number of different ways. At first, it's a gentle nudge. It's a little bit of a whisper, if you will. Then it gets to be, a loud talking to. And then it gets to be kind of a tap on the shoulder, and then it gets to be a slap in the face. And eventually, if we're still not listening to the lesson, the universe will slap us pretty hard and give us, then it slaps you in the face. Exactly. It'll give us a battle if we need it to learn the lesson. And sometimes those battles are really tough. Tower moment. Yeah. Sometimes worse than a tower moment if it calls for it. Okay. You're gonna wait for the slap. You can't stop trusting people. Okay. So the panda deck don't pull punches. That is correct. Your Mindful Messages card is committed. I am committed to my growth and dreams. I set routines and habits that help me evolve into my fullest potential. Even though I may not see the physical manifestation of my desires, I know they have vibrationally manifested and are on their way to me. Commitment. I hope that's helpful for you, Bolus. And then we're going to do a silly reading, a fun reading for Scratum. Hi, Saditha, sorry. Oh, yes, let me explain who Scratum is for the rest of you who are not familiar with the kingdom. Scratum is a fictional character played by why am I echoing? Played by the great thespian King Norcalius. He is a rodent of unusual size that causes great mayhem. And he's dead. He's very dead. Bolus wants Scratum to be reincarnated. And anything in the kingdom is possible. Anything is possible. But let's just see what the cards have to say about it. The Six of Swords is the move on card. Get over it. Move on. It did allow him to be very expressive, which he is on a regular basis. So Six of Cards is move on, get over it, stop feeling any type of way. The Fool is the start of a journey. This is the end of Scratum's journey, I'm afraid. But don't be brokenhearted, because something good will come out of this for you, Bolus. Perhaps King being expressive in a different role. Talk about Spirit being cheeky. Spirit's like, get over it. Ain't happening. Thanks for trusting me to read your cards, Bolus. Excuse me, and thanks for sharing your energy with me. Oh, we're doing a past life card. That's been very popular lately. I did pull out the duplicates. So, to set your intention for the week, okay. You're so welcome. Hello, YouTubers. Thanks for watching me over there on YouTube. If you would like a live reading, just let me know your name in the chat, and we'll go ahead and do a reading. We have a queue open on Twitch, but don't hesitate to ask for a reading on YouTube as well. Polar Bear Gangster card. Let's see if she gets the Polar Bear Gangster card. Okay, Shy. I'm gonna have you pick a pile, and we're gonna take the bottom of the card. This is 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna take the bottom card. Thank you so much for the gift sub. I appreciate you. 3, okay. We'll take the bottom card. Oh, this one's rough. This one's rough, y'all. Okay, you were a snitch. So on the back, when I turned it over, I saw snitch and a noose. Okay. And the news says execution. So you were a snitch. Your identity was sibling. You were somebody's sibling. Time frame, classical antiquity. Ruggs, you're going to have to tell me when that was. When was classical antiquity? Lesson is leadership, which makes sense if you were a damn snitch. Death by fire. You were executed by fire. Greece and Rome. Nice. You smell bacon? Is there a pork hammer in the chat? Death by fire. You were executed by fire. That's a way to go, y'all. That's like, if there's a way to go, that's not the one I want to take. Location, Northern Europe. Your trauma was physical limitation. Oof, brutal. Faith, agnostic or atheist. And your love, domestic abuse. So I feel like you snitched on your abuser and they called you a witch or something and burned you at the stake. That's rough. That's a rough past life, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all, if you want to support the stream for free and you want to play a really fun game in the meantime, download from that link right there in the chat. Download Monopoly Go and it will gift subs to the community. And you get to play a really fun game for free. They're burning all the witches even if you aren't one. That's the truth. Wasn't there a thing like if you floated in water or something, they burned you at the stake? Isn't that a thing? Classic antiquity, 8th century BC to 6th century AD. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of them, but... Okay, so we're setting intentions for the week ahead. So let's do a week ahead spread here. Speaking of spreads, I do have a book of 15 original, as in I made them up, tarot spreads that is coming out on Amazon either today or tomorrow. I think it's being released today. And it comes with a it comes with 72 daily tarot journal pages in the back. If you drowned, you were innocent. If not, you burned. Either way, you're dead. So problem solved. Done and dusted. It'll be $15.99. I think Amazon does an introductory price when they do a release. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they do. Okay. Week ahead for Shy, starting with Sunday. Well, reversals across the board. And the worst possible upright card. Okay, but Saturday's good. Saturday's great. Look forward to Saturday. Let's just forget about the rest of the week and look forward to Saturday. Okay, it's not all bad. I say that, but it's not all bad, okay? Good news on Sunday, no conflict. It's okay, no conflict. There's nothing crazy going on Sunday. You might feel a little overburdened. But there's no conflict. I do feel like it's sort of like you're feeling overburdened by the coming week rather than, it's kind of like that Sunday night dread you might be feeling about going to work. But there's no real conflict happening on Saturday. On Monday, sorry, that's on Sunday. On Monday, we're calm. We're not very anxious. we do have some conflict on Monday. I do feel like you're dealing with it really well, but there is some conflict on Monday coming through. But you got this. You got this. You're good. Tuesday, we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is all about distractions, being distracted by too many things on your plate. It's in reverse here. That's positive. So there's not a whole lot of distraction going on Tuesday. You're not feeling very confident though. So try to do what you can to bolster your confidence on Tuesday. Wake up, do your affirmations first thing in the morning. Y'all, if you're not doing affirmations first thing in the morning, you're missing out. You're messing your day up. Get up in the morning, do your affirmations first thing in the morning. Tell yourself you're capable. Tell yourself you're strong. All the things that you need to hear throughout the day, other people may or may not tell you. Start your day with that. And Shy, you're going to want to start your day with that, because it's not a very confident day for you on Tuesday, and you want to do what you can to combat that. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So Wednesday is a day where you are you're kind of pulling up some roots that you've planted some stuff in the past. It hasn't worked out for you. You're starting to pull some stuff back a little bit, but the universe is coming in with a Strength card to help you through that. So I feel like we're backtracking just a little bit on some stuff. It's okay to do that, especially if you have too many things in too many directions. Start to rein that energy in. The Strength card is coming out, and just concentrate on how cute the Strength card is. Look at you have a little mouse defender. It's like Sir Mousecott up there helping you through, okay? We're up to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday, we have the Star in reverse. I feel like you're struggling a little bit with being hopeful for the future on Thursday. It's a little bit of a vibe of, I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, why is this so stressful? Nothing's happening quickly. Everything's sort of taking forever. I feel like the day is dragging on. It's one of those days where you're sitting there and you look at the clock and it's 3 o'clock and you thought it was 6, you know? It's kind of just one of those like really draggy, kind of dull kind of days. It's a great day for a self-care day. Go get your nails done, go get a facial. You know, if you don't want to do that, then stay at home and do like a face mask. Do something for yourself that day to sort of boost your mood. Friday is the Three of Swords, and this card just kind of says it all. It's a painful day for you on Friday. There's a little bit of heartbreak coming in. There's a Five of Cups in reverse, so I do feel like you have a lot of support in this painful day. I want to say something, but I don't want to say something publicly. So, I will say if you're having a tough time emotionally that day, make sure you reach out for help. That's how I'm going to say it. If your emotions are a little out of whack, reach out for help from the people who love you. That's how I'm going to phrase it, to be PC. However, Saturday, the end of your week, is coming in with the Knight of Cups. That's our soulmate card. That's our romantic love card. That's our date night card. And it's coming in with the Ace of Swords. I feel like you and your hubs are doing something new and exciting and fresh and really revitalizing, and you're just sort of forgetting the stress of the week in that moment. So although the week is stressful and a little bit up and down, there's a lot of roller coaster going on in the week. I do feel like it ends very well. So call on the people that support you when you need it. Do your affirmations, very important this week, your affirmations. Do your self-care this week. all right? Set those intentions. And remember, none of this is set in stone. You can change outcomes. You can change circumstances. So, hop on it. You're leaving for a trip then? Yeah. So, if you're anything like me, I get very anxious is not really the word. Businessy is not really the word. Somewhere between anxious and businessy when I'm traveling. Even if I'm not going very far, I get into this zone where I'm like, okay, we have to do this, 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 and this. We have to leave at this time. We have to get this done. We have to do this, this, and this. Like, I get very regimented. And if something doesn't go right, or we're running late, or I forgot to do something, or I forgot to pack something, I get more upset than I need to be. I get more emotional about it than I need to be. So that could be what you're dealing with on Friday. You could just be dealing with some travel stress. But again, there's going to be people around you. You're not abandoned in this moment. The Five of Cups is that like abandonment feeling. You're not feeling abandoned in this moment. You definitely have the support that you need in that moment. So that's positive. Yeah. Especially lately, like there's just so much happening everywhere. I just get like, I don't know, planning anxiety, I guess is what I'm gonna call it. You're so welcome. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, my dear. And thank you again for the gift sub. I appreciate you. All right, drip drop. You still here? It's time for your reading. Hello. Are we doing a general for you, or do you want a paid reading today? They won't let you leave for another month? What does that mean? What does that mean? How can they not let you leave? By the way, just as I said that, it's 1:11:11 right now on the stream. On the stream counter. So, new beginning coming for somebody. Kitchen Wench, if you're still in the chat, could you stop by my office? How can... Okay, wait. Do you live in the US? I've heard about this, but never in the US. So I'm just curious if you live in the US or if you're in a different country. Okay. That explains it. So I have heard about this. In other countries, you are obligated to work, and then if you resign, they don't have to accept your resignation. This happened to someone else who used to be one of my mods. This happened, and she tried to resign a couple of different times, if I recall correctly, and they wouldn't let her. Which sounds so foreign to people in the US, because here almost everywhere is at-will employment, which means the employee has the opportunity to quit at any time, and the employer has the opportunity to fire at any time. There's no obligation. It is frowned upon to just quit without notice, but it happens. And I don't know why it's frowned upon, because if an employer terminates, they're not going to terminate with notice. So anyway, beside the point. So here, if you turn in your resignation and you're like, okay, I'm resigning in 2 weeks, and the employer says, no, you have to work here for an additional month, the employee is just going to say, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm gone in 2 weeks. Bye. So it is a little somewhat foreign to us to hear that. It's strange to our ear, you know. Do you mind, may I ask you what country you live in? If you don't want to tell me, it's okay. No pressure. Somewhere in Asia. It's very common in Asia. That is actually where I've heard about it happening before. What would happen, just out of curiosity, what would happen in your country if you just said, I'm not coming back to work after that day? Do they like sue you? Do they arrest you? Is it like against the law? I'm sorry I'm asking so many questions. I'm just genuinely curious. I can't imagine it either. Like if I... Oh, yeah. What happens if you get a new job and they want you to continue working there? I don't... Sure enough. Dang, that is intense. Yeah. So there's kind of a mixed bag in your reading here. You have the Lovers in the first position. The Lovers is a partnership, okay? Yeah, something like that. Crazy. Except if you skip out on your mortgage, they're gonna hunt you down and put it on your credit. Possibly arrest you, depending on your debt. I guess debtor's prison isn't a thing anymore, but they'll definitely foreclose. Anyway, the Lovers is in the first position here. That's a partnership. The partnership in this case being your job. The Page of Coins in reverse. Yeah. Sorry, I saw the first part and didn't see the second part. The Page of Coins in reverse is like there's no new monetary options coming in for you at the moment. And then the Six of Coins, the Six of Coins coming in reverse is kind of like you've just kind of given up. So I feel like, yeah, you might be trapped there, but I feel like you're doing less. You're not working as hard, you're not as invested, and possibly not as stressed. Because your investment is less than it normally would be. We have the Five of Swords upright, the Justice card upright, and the Four of Wands upright. I do think there's conflict. I think there's you possibly approaching someone about this, whether I don't know how the situation works there, but whether there's an HR department or if there's a boss that you can talk to. I feel like you're sort of approaching someone, you're having a confrontation about it. I do feel like they're seeing your way of thinking here, and ultimately you're winning the day. So I do feel like if you confront somebody on this and you explain the situation, they are more likely to see your way of thinking about it and to allow you to go and allow you to win. I will say, if they only accept one resignation per month, it's already almost May. Are they willing to accept it for May? But yeah, I I do think that if you confront the issue, it's possible that you could win. I hope that helps, Drip Drop. I'm sorry you're in that situation. That really sucks. That really sucks. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I would not be able to. My mouth would get me in trouble in that situation. Hi, Sass. You're so welcome. Just remember, if you do have that confrontation, remember to approach it diplomatically. I know, right? So hard to imagine. Hi, Blue. Hopefully you guys can't hear me eating. I'm scarfing down a bagel real quick. Okay. I have a new PayPal, so just so you know. Oh my gosh, Blue, thank you so much. Ugh. Thank you so much. And Rugs, thank you again so much as well. I appreciate you both. Yes, ma'am. General, coming your way. What a blessing, Blue. Thank you. I'm really truly blessed to have y'all in my life. I'm not going to talk about it because I'll get emotional. And you all have not broken me in a while, and I won't let you do it now. But I am truly grateful for all of you and the support that you constantly give me, even when I've been away for a while. You know, that is my most popular emoji, y'all. Or emote. Tell me, what is the difference between an emote and an emoji? I need a young person to explain this to me. Young or young at heart? Nothing? Fair. Emoticons, I remember that. Ooh. We had a shuffle break there. Smileys, yep. I remember when they were new and everybody's like, oh my god. Before that, we used to use ASCII language to create our emotes. Seven of Cups, lots of distraction. Okay. Seven of Cups, we have some distraction coming in here. I think with some familial harmony. So I feel like there's something going on in the family in the near future that is distracting, but in a lovely way. Some good news, some good family news, a little bit of things from the past coming up, but not bad things from the past. All right, Shy, thanks for the lurk. The Six of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like you're getting things that you have needed for a while. Blue, you are the type, in particular in your job, but in general, you are the type to give and give and give and not always get back in return. And so I feel like that's being reversed onto you, and you're starting to get out more than you're putting out in the near future here. So a lot of like sort of familial happiness, which is a little unusual with the Panda deck. So strap in, because you might get some sass from Spirit here in a minute. But you give to those that help you. Yeah, but you give of yourself in ways that is not always. I don't want to get emotional. You're a giver. You have the Hierophant here. I feel like there's some form of commitment going on, where someone is committing something back to you, committing time back to you, committing love back to you. There's some sort of transfer of commitment here with the Hierophant coming in of traditional values, okay? So I do feel like this is a situation where you've been giving to somebody for a long time, and they're finally starting to sort of return that attention, return that love, return that commitment back to you, which I think is really positive. Here's your promise from Spirit. You have the Star in reverse, sassy, the Hanged Panda, and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Sassy freaking Spirit coming in. Star in reverse is sort of, don't get your hopes up. Promise from Spirit is that this person is not going to be perfect. This isn't a full, like, complete 360 or 180 from where they were. This is a potentially temporary step in the right direction. I do feel like it's causing this person to see things in a new way. They're causing to see you in a new way. They have a new perspective on things surrounding you. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is kind of, to me, it's kind of like the carrot on the stick. Like, it's the promise of something that you're sort of chasing. I feel like you are almost giving up the chase. It's like you're not chasing that thing anymore, and it's a promise from Spirit. So I feel like this is really positive for you. Kind of like you don't have to chase it anymore because it's yours, or you have just come to terms with the way things are. But it's a very positive change in your life with that being a promise from Spirit. What to look out for? We have the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Empress, and the Seven of Wands. Queen of Cups in reverse tells me that you're going to be a little bit of emotional about this. It's not a situation where you have, complete control over how you react to the situation. And I think you're a little bit more emotional than maybe you typically would be. You have the Empress card coming up here as well. This is abundance. So be careful feeling too comfortable in this situation. And the Seven of Wands coming in is conflict. I do feel like just because this person is cool with you doesn't mean that, everything is copacetic. I think that there's still conflict out there, but I think you're seeing more eye to eye than you ever have before. And it's sort of the start of a new relationship with this person. there could also be conflict with another person as a result of you being okay with this person now, if that makes sense. Just for an example, you know, if you know, come to terms with a situation with your ex and your ex is in a different relationship, it may cause that person that's in a relationship with them to be upset about the issue, just as an example. Hey, Shy Girl, good to see you again. I hope that helps, Blue. And thanks for sharing your energy with me. And thank you again for that donation. I really appreciate it. Going good, going good. How are you? You're so welcome. Getting going for the day, yeah. Hello, YouTubers. Thanks for joining. We are live on Twitch as well. So there's some chat going on over there, but don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. If you'd like a reading, please just let me know. The queue is open for anyone who wants a reading. We're gonna go for about another half an hour, and then I need to go recoup some energy and run some errands, and then I'll be back again a little bit later. It's exclamation join for the disclaimer and exclamation tarot to join the queue. You've been here before, so if you want to just hit exclamation tarot, that's fine. I think you know my disclaimer by now. No, you don't have to redeem points, but we do have a bit of a new system. 3-card general readings are free if you have a specific question or you want a full spread. It's a pay what you can kind of deal. I have PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. You can also gift subs. Download Monopoly Go, that will gift a sub. And that's free to you. Spiritual direction, okay. So that's a pay what you can reading. Spiritual direction, I think I'm going to use my Art Nouveau deck. If you don't, you can just download Monopoly Go. The link's right above you in the chat. That will gift a sub to the channel. Completely free way to support the channel. Okay. Spiritual direction. So you have the hanged man. You have the hanged man in the first position here. So I feel like it's time for a new perspective on your spiritual direction. I do think that in the past you have wanted things to happen quickly. You've wanted some fast results. I feel like with this Page of Swords in reverse, you've kind of been very gung-ho about getting in touch with spirit, without really knowing which way to go. The Two of Pentacles is sort of a decision-making time. You could be caught between two paths here, whether it's I'm just going to use myself as an example so that I don't, step on any toes. There was a point at which I grew up in the church, in the very foundational sort of Christianity, fundamentalist Christianity. And there was a point in my life where I had to make a decision as to whether to stay with that because it's what I grew up with. But it didn't really fit me, and I had to make a decision as to whether I needed to go a different direction. That is kind of the crossroads that I feel you're at right now, with not necessarily with that like stringent upbringing, but I feel like you're at this crossroads of I was raised this way, or I've always believed this thing, but now I'm ready to sort of expand my path. So I feel like you're at that crossroads right now. You have the Four of Pentacles energy here on the left side of the spread. To me, that is an indication that you need to be very guarded with your moves. I wouldn't seek advice from just anyone. Make sure you trust the person that you're asking for advice from. If you do ask for advice from people and it doesn't resonate, myself included, let it go. Don't take advice that doesn't resonate with you, okay? We have the Hermit energy here. So I do feel like reaching within and finding your higher self and your higher purpose is really the first step to figuring out where you need to be. What does that involve? It involves things like shadow work. It involves things like, sitting down and figuring out what it is exactly that you believe in, what you don't believe in, the things from your past that have resonated, what doesn't resonate. Sometimes it includes research. The Hermit is the sort of path to spiritual enlightenment within yourself. So you're going to want to just really search your inner self to figure out what that means for you. Okay? Promise from Spirit, we have the Two of Cups reversed, we have the Tower reversed, and we have the Page of Wands in reverse. I don't see this happening very quickly. I see this being a longer journey for you. I don't feel like it's earth-shattering with the Tower in reverse. I feel like everything is just sort of soft and, kind of happening in your own time. I don't feel like it should be very stressful for you. If it is stressful for you, I want you to try to take a step back and release some of that stress and just let things happen as they will. Guarded moves, yes. Patience, dig deep for that. Yeah. I think it's less patience and more acceptance. Like, this doesn't have to be an immediate change. This can be a gradual change over time, and it still works for me. It still is what's best for me. Hey Kazi, good to see you. What to look out for? We have the Seven of Swords reversed. We have the Fool card, and we have the Ten of Cups reversed. So this is very much a you might have to take a couple risks here. You might have to cut some toxic people out of your life. I feel like, and I had to do this on my spiritual journey as well. I had to sort of cut ties with some people who had very limited, very, very stringent expectations of me. Good, Kazi, how are you doing? And I had to limit my contact with those people in order to be able to move forward and be happy. It's not a fun place to be. It's not a fun thing to do, but it is often necessary to sort of disconnect and sort of accept the fact that certain people have very distinct places in our lives, and sometimes that's in the past, and sometimes it's compartmentalized in the present. You think the toxic person is your husband. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's tough. But yeah, I mean, if that's the case, my best, I'm going to give you some advice, but I want you to take it as it resonates, because I don't know your relationship with your husband. And I know that there are some situations that are more volatile than others. So I'm going to give you the advice that I would give to anybody else, but if it doesn't resonate, let it go. If you feel that your husband doesn't support you in your spiritual journey, I would recommend that you have that conversation. Your husband is your partner in life, and should be able to support you through all journeys that you take. So if it's a situation where you are comfortable talking to your husband and communicating to your husband about your spiritual journey, I think that is necessary. If it's more toxic than that, which it sounds like it might be, then you might have to think about other options. If you think that is a boundary that he is not going to respect, you might have to think about other options. But I mean, it's not necessary. I think the mindset is there, right? Like the mindset is, I want to find the new spiritual path. That's the mindset, which is a great mindset. Identifying toxic people isn't necessarily a problem with mindset per se. It's more of just a process of identification. I mean, yeah, just Shy Girl, you know your situation better than anybody else, better than me, better than anybody, and only you know what the right decision is there. But if you feel, first of all, if you're not safe, you are, I would encourage you to find a place of safety. First and foremost, find a place of safety for you. It is difficult to get out if you're not safe. Yeah, get out if you're not safe. If you don't know how to get out and you feel safe, Kazi, I'm gonna ask you not to engage, just because it's a sensitive situation. So, but Shy Girl, if you're not safe, please get out. If you have trouble getting out or you're not sure how to get out, there are resources that can help you. If you are safe and you're just dealing with a toxic situation, that's equally as difficult. But there are a number of things that you can do. Please feel free to reach out to me on Discord if you want to chat some more, if you want to get some more advice. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, but we're here for you. We're here for you, Shy Girl. Thanks, Kazi. And I'm glad you're doing better, Kazi. You're welcome, Shy Girl. I hope that helps, and I hope it resonates with you. Clarity Cat, what's up? How's it going? Hot doggers. I'm good. I'm good. This year is shaping up to be pretty crazy so far. What can I do for you today? Have I ever read for you, Clarity Cat? I can't remember. I know we've been in each other's chats, but I can't remember if I've ever read for you. It has been, yeah. I was gone for 8 months. This is actually my stream anniversary. It was just a couple of days ago, my 4-year stream anniversary. But of that 4 years, I've actually only streamed for 3, because I was gone for 4 months and then I was gone for 8. Thank you. What are we reading for you today? What kind of reading are we doing for you? You got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Alrighty. Ooh, child. Okay. So, I'm going to be very blunt with you, Clarity Cat, because I know you are also a reader, and I do feel like you are very much putting out so much of yourself that you have stopped being able to see all of the blessings around you. I feel like you are giving. This is very similar to Blue's reading, actually, but I feel like you're giving, and you're not giving back to yourself enough. I feel like you're giving back to yourself just enough, and there's a difference. Just enough means I'm topping up just so that I can have enough energy to give to everybody else. But enough means after I give all my energy to everybody else, I still have some left for me. So I want you to encourage to go enough rather than just enough. 9 of Swords in reverse here. I feel like with the 9 of Swords in reverse, the 8 of Swords in reverse, I feel like you know this about yourself. I don't feel like it's something that's like a revelation. Oh my God, I do that. I think this is something you know about yourself, something you've known about yourself for a while. I feel very much that you know the truth about yourself, and there are no illusions. You've done the shadow work, you've done the spiritual work, you know who you are, you know how you operate. It's just a matter of getting the rest that you need, and you're not doing that in the moment. You're ruled by the moon in this reading, so I feel like you're very open. You're a very open person. You tend to share your feelings, you tend to share your opinions with others, which can be a wonderful thing. But in this moment, in this period of time, I think it's important that you rein that in. and start operating under the moon's energy of quietness, or things being a little bit more shielded. I think it's important that you start to allow yourself to not share certain parts of you with others, and that I just feel guilty at times when I don't get the chance to do everything. Yeah, so I feel like you do what I do, which is overpromise. Like, oh yeah, I can do that, I can do this, I can be there for that, I can be there for that, and then suddenly you're just like, where the hell is the time for me? And it's people-pleasing behavior, which we know can only be done to an extent, and it does need to be reined in right now. So the vibe right now is stop promising people things. Be a little non-committal for a while. It's okay to do that. It doesn't make you flaky to be like, let me check my schedule and I'll let you know. But pull back from the promising everything to everyone, because it's not leaving a lot for you. Promise from Spirit. We have 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and the King of Cups in reverse. You're not losing anything by pulling back on that energy. The 7 of Pentacles here is you're still seeing things grow, or 9 of Pentacles, sorry. You're still seeing things grow. This card has come up for me in like probably 70% of the readings I've done in the last week. The 9 of Pentacles is your money is growing. You're doing the things that you need to be doing. You're planting the seeds that need to be planted, and it's growing. It's fruitful. It's working. But you have this 7 of Cups, this distraction card, where you're starting to feel pulled in so many different directions that you don't know which ones are right anymore. And I love this artist's version of this card because there's considerations and you can see the benefits and the drawbacks of each situation, but you're still weighing the ones that have a negative impact. And you got to pull back from those. So it's like, work on the ones that have benefit to you and pull back from the ones that don't, because that's what's going to bring you to this King of Cups in reverse. This is a cheeky, kind of tongue-in-cheek promise from Spirit, the King of Cups in reverse. If you continue with all of this distraction, if you continue being pulled in every different direction, if you continue in the path that you're currently on, you're going to throw yourself out of balance. You're very much going to put yourself in a position where you have to rely more on logic or more on emotion, and it's going to be an out of balance situation. So it's kind of Spirit kind of kicking you in the tail, being like, you got to get yourself together. And I don't think you're doing anything bad per se. It's just Spirit kind of saying, hey, we've discussed this before. You know this about yourself. Let's get on it. It's the slap in the face from Spirit, as it were. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yep. And overtime at work is a classic example. What to look out for? We have the 5 of Cups the 5 of Cups upright, the Temperance card, and the Star. 5 of Cups is that feeling of like abandonment. And when we give too much of ourselves and we're not getting as much in return, we do start feeling abandoned by the people or neglected by the people that we're giving so much to. Whether that's work, whether that's family, whether that's children, whether that's, husband or wife or best friend, or whatever the case may be, we start feeling like, I give and give and give to you and I never get anything back. And that person has just become accustomed to it. So they're kind of like in La La Land, not really, vibing with that feeling. And they don't even know you're feeling some type of way about it. So it's important that you recognize that feeling of abandonment and that sort of lonely feeling that comes with giving too much of yourself. I know, me too. I love it too. And sort of tap into that. Also, what to look out for, you have the Temperance card. I hate seeing the Temperance card in my readings because it has two meanings that I don't like: patience and balance. Patience, we don't want patience. Hi, King Norcalis, I see you in the YouTube chat. Thank you so much for being there. I hate having patience. I hate being tested. But the universe is going to test you in a big way, Clarity. Big way. And brace for it. Strap in, girl, because it's coming. It's coming. What to look out for, the Star. Be careful of putting too much hope in others. Excuse me, 1 second. I don't like the process to getting to patience and balance because it requires a test. Sorry guys, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, be careful about putting too much hope in these people. Like, you might have to set boundaries and say, okay, I've been giving a lot to you, I need to pull back energy. And you might be expecting those people to be like, oh, no problem, it's totally fine, take you time, you know, do what you need to do. And what's actually happening is they're like, I'm sorry, what? You need to do what now? Like, are you being selfish? Like, I don't think that this is going to go over well with the people that you're setting boundaries with. So just be careful of that. I don't mind the patience, but there are some things I gotta work out to maintain that balance. Having more quiet time for myself, not being overly stimulated with the distractions. Yeah, set those boundaries. So remember, it's not enough to set the boundary. You have to communicate the boundary and maintain the boundary. Maintaining it is the hardest part. If someone's violating a boundary, you have to draw back and reset it, recommunicate it, and then maintain it. It's a constant process. We often think of boundaries as true that. We often think of boundaries as a one-step process. We're gonna set boundaries. No, ma'am, that is a circular process. We set, we communicate, we maintain. We set, we communicate, we maintain, constantly, all the time. Sometimes we're reevaluating in the midst of setting, but it's important to set, communicate, maintain. And I do have, like, I don't know if you're interested in this kind of thing, but I do have a VOD in my Twitch channel that I did a year or so ago on setting and maintaining boundaries, if it's something you struggle with. Patience is a good achievement because the self-test pushes you to accept that you don't have control over everything, and some things come a bit or a lot later. Yeah, that's why I hate patience. I mean, just realistically. Clarity Cat, thank you so much for sharing your for sharing your energy with me and for being patient while I coughed my head off. I appreciate you. Balance just means you let things settle before the next move. Yeah, exactly. It's so lovely to see you again. I am back. I have a lot more time on my hands lately, so I'll be streaming a lot more. I'm gonna take a little break here for a little bit to go run a couple errands, but I will be back later today if anyone needs another reading or needs a reading. I'll be here a little bit later today. Thanks, y'all, so much for hanging out with me and for vibing with me. We're gonna find someone to raid because we like to give our energy to others when we can. So hang out with me for just a minute. Well, we figured that out. I don't think I know anyone who is. Okay, we're gonna raid Lyra TV. She's a newer, thank you so much, Clarity. I appreciate that. She is a newer tarot streamer, I think. Let me pop into her chat real quick so that I'm not surprising her. I've seen her pop up just recently on Twitch, so we're gonna show her some love. Let's get lots of emotes, sass burgers, all the emotes in the chat for her. Let her know that we support her community and that we care about her. Let's show her some love today. Thank you all so much for being with me today, for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you all so much for the very generous donations, bits, subs, follows. It all helps tremendously, especially now. So thank you so much. I love you guys so very much. Take care of yourselves. No, not time for that yet. Hold on. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and just have an amazing and beautiful weekend. Try to relax and take care of each other and yourselves. Self-care is key.
The spiritual community is they try to sell someone else's like work and like make money off of it. And if I get a knockoff, so help me God, I will turn this. Oh, hello. I was being such a okay. I always get rated when I'm like talking crap. All right. They look real. They look real. They look real. Can you guys hear the music or no? Is that still not working? I don't know if they're worth $118. They feel kind of. I don't know if these are real. I don't know if they look real. Yeah, they're color cards. They look real, but I'm not. Hold up. I'm gonna leave a horrible review if this is really his cards or her cards, because why would someone pay $100